Hello, student of ninth class. I am your English teacher, A.U. Khan. I am teaching you poetry section from the book Beehive, The Road Not Taken. This poem is written by a great American poet, Robert Frost. Generally, he writes about some simple subject, but insightfully about common ordinary experiences relating to every human being. Now, two roads diverge in a yellow bird, and sorry I couldn't travel both, and be one travel long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it went and the undergrowth. This stanza shows that there is choice before the poet while he stands in a yellow wood. Here it means old forest. There were two roads, they go in different directions. But the question was this, to which he should follow on. You know, at a one time, one person can follow only one road. So for a long time, he was stood on the place from where these roads branched off or diverged off. He was the only passenger or only traveler that time. Waiting for a long time, he looked left and right to those roads. Ultimately, at last, he thought to which of these two he should follow on. Next, second stanza, then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had borne them really about the same. After thinking a lot, he thought that the other road, which should be better for him, he started to move on. This road was grassy and was less used. It has not been trodden by the feet of the patient travelers. Mostly it was worn, WORN, it means not used much. So this was the question of choice. Whenever two things before us, we sometimes become undecided or uncertain which of these two we should choose among them. Stanza third. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted I should ever come back. These two roads which were falling before him, he was thinking that these two roads are equally important to him. On the road which he starts to move on, there were no steps had been shown on the leaves of the trees which were fallen on the roads, and the leaves were not trodden by the feet of the travelers. So he adopted the first one, leaving the another, knowing well that this would lead him to a certain place. I was not sure it would be better or worse. In the last concluding stanza, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood and I took the one less travelled way, and that has made all the difference. At last, in concluding stanza of this poem, the poet says very sorrowfully he expresses his view after choosing one of these two routes which were not proved suitable for him after a long time while he comes to know the reality of his life. These roads are not only the roads, but these are the roads of life in which we choose the way which leads us toward the success or unsuccess, success or failure. These two roads diverge in a boat. It was sure that these two roads which lie before the poet, they were going or moved on in a old forest. I took the one less travelled way. Here he clears that he had taken the road which has used less than the other one, and that has made all the difference. It means to say that if he had chosen the other in place of or instead of this one to which he has travelled, there would be some difference in his life or in the progress of his life. So, the conclusion of this poem is whenever you choose any choice, you should think it clearly and decide in your heart and mind both whether you are taking correct or incorrect things that will make your life better or worse. Thank you. Have a nice. And the questions, Paravaz questions, as well as other things this relating to this poem, you can see on PDF collector of RRP Public School. Thank you. Have a nice day.